Hey everybody, this is Kennedy Hawk from the MCM crew. We're continuing our Nebula week, playing Nebula Leadership, the deck of the week, against Expert Thanos in standalone mode. We're using two mods from Mad Titan Shadows. I believe it's Armies of Thanos and Black Order. It might be Armies of Thanos and Children of Thanos. I can't remember what I set up. Well, we'll find out when we reveal a card from that set, and we'll get going. So Thanos starts with his Infinity Gauntlet in play, and Thanos' helmet due to level 2 Thanos. 23 hit points with Tough, so he is a long scenario, and we're going to see if we can use this Nebula Alter Ego focused deck to stay in Alter Ego long enough without popping that main scheme, and then plow through each stage of Thanos one time in each flip. So we'll see how it goes. I'm shuffling my hero deck over here, and then I'm going to get ready to shuffle the villain deck. First thing we're going to have to do is shuffle this Infinity Stone deck, and we have these Soul Stones. He's going to get double boost pretty early in the game, and that heal 3 damage probably won't matter for us. Thanos' helmet does give him Retaliate, and after a hero makes a basic attack against Thanos, spend Mental Physical to discard this card. So if we want to start attacking him, we're going to have to get rid of that helmet, and we might do that in our first flip here. We'll see. Alright, just giving a really good shuffle to the villain encounter deck, hoping for good luck and all the good stones to come up at the right time. So we've got Cosmo, Wide Stance, Strength in Numbers, Maria Hill, Weapons Master, and sorry with that. Oh gosh, Helicarrier in our opening hand. That's a lot of stuff, and I don't know if we need that much stuff. We're definitely going to pitch Helicarrier pretty early here. Just make a discard pile and a deck. Wide Stance is the least important of our techniques, so we're going to ditch that one too and draw 2 cards. Looks like we drew Strength in Numbers and Cutthroat Ambition. So we are going to pop these abilities once because we're going to flip pretty early on in the game. So the first thing we're going to do is use a Strength in Numbers to play Cutthroat Ambition, drawing 2 cards from Nebula's ability. We drew into some Guardians and some goodness here, so we're going to spend 2 resources to play Maria Hill, who draws us a card. We are going to spend Strength in Numbers and Groot to play Cosmo, and we'll Strength in Numbers with those 2 allies, drawing us 2 more cards. We've got Drax, Major Victory, and Weapons Master, so we're going to play Major Victory, which is a major victory for us. We're going to flip up, and we don't have the basic attack ability to get rid of that helmet, so what we're going to do is we're going to thwart and thwart, just bringing this down to 1 threat. We can't damage Thanos until we get rid of Sanctuary anyway, so we can perform the basic attack and pay the resources, but wouldn't do us a ton of good. Alright, so we're going to ready up here. Major Victory needs 1 point of damage, and we're going to draw 5 cards into our hand. So we're really looking for an Honorary Guardian, which we got, or Nowhere, which we also got, so that's great. We got 3 allies in play, so Band Together is already worth 3 resources, which is pretty bonkers for us. So we can do something like Band Together into Nebula's ship, use Nebula's ship and Blaze of Glory to play Nowhere, and then throw an Honorary Avenger on ourselves, and bingo bango, we'll be pretty happy. Alright, villain's turn. He's going to get 1 threat. He's going to come swinging at us, and don't forget he's got 4 attack, and do we want to defend? I think we're just going to take the damage on this first hit. So he's got 4 plus give the villain a tough status card, but he already had one, so that doesn't really matter to us. He's then going to heal 3 and take an extra boost. Healing 3 doesn't matter because he's at full health, but the extra boost might. And we get 1 encounter card, which is Blood to Spare. So we're going to search for a Black Order minion or something and put it into play. Because there aren't any engaged with us. So we're going to take, there's these nasty little buggers here, Outriders. They're 1, 1, 2, when revealed, discard a random card from your hand, but we're putting this into play. So we get to ignore that part of the ability and just do some fancy shenanigans here. Alright, at the start of our turn, we trigger Cutthroat Ambition and remove 3 threat from the scheme. I'm just going to remove it from the main scheme here. And then we've got to decide what exactly we want to do here. I might actually use Band Together in a different way, which could be silly, but I'd really like to get rid of his helmet. So what I'm thinking about doing is, first I'll use Cosmo and I'll say event. I'm going to discard the top card of my deck. It is not an event, so I don't get to take no consequential damage. But Cosmo's going to thwart away Sanctuary. It's got victory points. We could use Band Together to hit him for 6, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a basic attack and take 1 Retaliate, and then we will use Band Together. You know what? We'll use Band Together ahead of time to play Nebula's ship, and then we'll use Nebula's ship as a mental and Blaze of Glory as a physical after making that basic attack to get rid of Thanos' helmet. So we've gotten rid of that Retaliate. That's going to help us a lot in the future. We can, I guess, he didn't actually take 2 damage. He just lost tough. Sorry about that. We can attack with Major Victory to ready Nebula. Do we care about that? I don't think we do. So we're going to flip down. Before we flip down, we're going to play Honorary Guardian on Nebula to get a little bit more health. And then we're going to hold Nowhere in our hand for next turn. So we're drawing up. We've got 2 Lethal Intents. Those are useless to us, so we can use them to play Nowhere. And then we can try to get a rocket out there and see what happens. All right. Readying everybody up here for the villain's turn. He's going to get 1 threat, and don't forget he's going to scheme with 2 boosts. So 3 scheme, 4/5, and a tough card. It's going to end up being 6 threat because of the Outrider. And he spawns an Infinity Gem, a Time Stone. And we've got the Mad Titan putting another Infinity Gem into play. So we've got the Time Stone and the You Are Confused thing. So we've really got to get that threat under control. All right, it is our go. We're going to use 2 Lethal Intents to play Nowhere. So we've got a lot of resources over here now. We will use that resource along with Triskelion and Honorary Guardian to play a Rocket Raccoon. That's going to draw us a card from Nowhere. It's a combat ready, so we'll play it. We're going to shuffle, I think, Weapon Master and Cutthroat Ambition back into our deck here. We're going to exhaust and heal for 3. Just get ourselves as healthy as we can be. We can have 4 allies out right now because of Nowhere and Triskelions in our discards. That's about as good as it's going to get. But we want to do some stuff here first. So we are going to, what are we going to do? We're going to thwart with Rocket and Maria. That removes 4 threat. Puts it down to 3. That feels pretty good. Actually, we won't use Rockets to thwart yet. Just Maria first. So that puts it down to 5 threat. And 1 damage on Maria. So if Rocket attacks, he could blow up this minion and hit tough off the villain, which I think is what he's gonna do. And then 5 threat plus 3 plus a boost and a Time Stone could be really gnarly. So I think Major Victory actually needs to thwart and ready Rocket, who's gonna thwart for another 2. Bit of a bummer to lose an ally there, but I think it was worth it in the long run to bring the threat under control. We're going to ready Nebula and stay in Alter Ego form. We are now into our Alter Ego shenanigans where we try to stay in Alter Ego form as much as possible. All right, drawing 6 cards. We've got Kalu, Gamora, Evasive Maneuvers, Strength, Unyielding Persistence, and Combat Ready. So lots of good stuff here. And we've got how many cards left in our deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards left in our deck. 2 technique upgrades in our hand, and 1 technique in our discard. So there's like 5 left of those 11 cards. That's a pretty good number. All right, 1 threat going on the main scheme. Thanos is going to scheme for 3 plus 1, 4. So that's going to pop it up to 7. And then we have to do these abilities. We become confused. And then we discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Place 1 threat, and the scheme for each different type. So we've got an ally, an upgrade, a resource, and an upgrade. So that's 3 more threat, so that's gonna pop it all the way up to 10. Kind of disturbing. We've got 1 encounter card to deal with, which is Shadows of the Past. That's gonna be annoying. When this minion will enter play, discard Gamora from play. I won't have to worry about that because she ain't out there. But we do have this 2-threat side scheme over here that's really annoying. It's buffing Gamora and hurting Nebula, so bit of a bummer. All right, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna use Combat Ready to put Weapon Master and our last technique back into our deck. We've got quite a bit to do here now. We're gonna play Kalu. He's going to let us search the top 5 cards of our deck for an event. We only got 1, and it's Blaze of Glory. So we'll put that into our hand. Shuffle your deck. We don't super care about having non-Guardians out right now, so Maria's probably going to do something here. Let's see. Let's use Nebula's ship to play Unyielding Persistence, drawing us 2 cards. One sec, sorry, our computer monitor just turned down and probably flared everybody out. We drew a bunch of techniques here. Question is, what do we want to do with them? Let's see. So Rocket currently could hit Gamora for 4. If we save 2 resources for Blaze of Glory, Rocket can hit her for 6. That's pretty dang good. Cosmo can then swing for 3. Nebula could swing for a ton. That all feels pretty good. So we're gonna pay 1 for a Weapon Master. We're gonna flip a little bit earlier than I'd really like to into Nebula. And we're gonna pay 2 resources for Blaze of Glory. So each Guardian character gets +2 thwart, +2 attack at the beginning of the phase, deal 1 damage to them at the end of the phase. So Rocket's gonna go ahead and swing into Gamora, getting rid of her. That's gonna expend Rocket, unfortunately. We will have Maria threat away self-preservation. Unfortunately, expending Maria. Cosmo's gonna swing for 3. We'll say Treachery. It's not a Treachery, bummer. But we got rid of Thanos' armor, so that's good. Cosmo is gone as well, unfortunately. Kalu is gonna thwart for 1, bringing us down to 9. You realize how high that was. And I hate to waste Nebula's pumped stats, so she's 5 attack right now, so she's going to swing for 5, and then we'll worry about threading with her in the future. Kalu takes 1 damage. Are we ready, everybody up? And see what we get in this next hand. Alright, so we've got 4 upgrades and a lethal intent, so this will be kind of interesting, deciding what we want to do. So, ready? Her up. If you want to threat in the name, it's going to put us to 10. Thanos is going to swing for 3, 4 plus something into Kalu. 4, 5 into Kalu. Pretty good deal. We get 1 encounter card. It's an Outrider, so we have to discard a random card from our hand. That's balls. And we discard Wide Stance. Alright, it is our go. So we get to give Nebula a tough. We get to hit something for 4, and we'll just hit Thanos. And that's that. So, what do we want to do? We're going to use Cutthroat Ambition to play Cutthroat Ambition. We'll use Weapon Master to play Lethal Intent, letting us remove 3 threat from the scheme there. But first we'll clear Confused. I guess we can actually, let's think about that for a minute. So we played Confused, we played Cutthroat Ambition. I really don't want him to snap my deck away. But I don't know how much of a choice I have. Yeah, we're going to end up using Nebula's ship to play Lethal Intent instead. We'll remove 3 threat. We're going to have to stay in hero form this turn. And we'll just be drawn up. So we got White Tiger and Weapons Master here so far. One after he activated last turn, he created a stun. So we're going to get stunned, which is not the end of the world right now. Shuffling our deck, that means we're getting dealt an encounter card. Ooh, band together at the wrong time. That's butts. All right, villain's turn. They're gonna get 1 threat. He's gonna come swinging for 4 into our tough token. Outrider hits us for 1. And then we've got to do Power Stone, which is gonna stun us. And we've got 2 encounter cards coming at us. So our first one is an Amplify icon with 2 threat. We can discard an Infinity Stone when we delete it. And the second one is Thanos attacks you, it gains Overkill and Piercing, so balls. We're going to defend that. He's swinging for 4, 5, so we take 3. Puts us up to 6 damage. And that's that. We can, that second one is going to put out a gem, so when we resolve our Cutthroat Ambition here, we can we'll get rid of Titan's Throne, which gets rid of this stone as well. Pretty good deal for us. We do have them down to 11, even though like things aren't looking beautiful. They're not looking horrible either. I'd really like to flip down, and it might work out okay. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna flip down. We're gonna use Nebula's ship to play Weapon Master, which draws us 2 cards. Then we're going to use Combat Ready to discard cards until we find Technique, put into play, and resolve it special. So we get a tough. It's not too bad. I think we're going to use Major Victory, Weapon Master, Cutthroat Ambition, play a White Tiger, and draw 2 cards. And we do have the Guardian trait, so we can use Honorary Guardian and Band together to play Martin X. These 2 can thwart. Actually, we'll thwart and attack. So we'll remove 1 threat. He might pop this turn, which would be a bit of a bummer, but we draw 1 from nowhere too. It's an Honorary Guardian. We'll throw it on Nebula, just to give her a little bit more health and thin our deck. And we're drawing 6 cards. All right, Thanos is gonna get 1 threat. He's gonna scheme for 3 and gain a tough. He's gonna get dealt an extra loose card when I shuffle those. So I put the tough out, I haven't put the 3 out yet. That's gonna put me to 11 out of 12. I am like walking that edge that I expect to walk with Nebula, so that's kind of exciting. We get 1 encounter card, which is gonna really pump up his next turn, so we're gonna have to flip the hero form and soak with an ally of some kind. And it's our go. So what do we want to do? We've got Nebula's ship and a wide stance, so we can draw 2 cards. We do have a Lethal Intent and 3 of those out. I think I'm gonna use a Combat Ready to try to get something out there. We get a wide stance out there. Just gonna let us look at the next 3 cards. So we can make advance his boost card, and we can give him a face down boost card as the other card. We'll discard Black Order side scheme. What do we want to do? We got 4 of these out here. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna pay 1, 2, 3 for a Drax and draw 1 with nowhere. I'm going to use one Lethal Intent to play a Triskelion, so I can now have 5 allies if I want. And like I said, I need to flip up this turn. It just has to happen. Because we got some thwarting to do, and we want him to take a big attack to our face next turn. So first things first, let's remove Stunned. I think... What do we want to do with our allies, huh? We will thwart with White Tiger, removing 2. We'll thwart with Martin X, removing 1. And we'll save Drax for punching in the future. We're going to ready everything up. We are going to toss this Lethal Intent and Strength and try to get better stuff. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we drew into a Gamora, a Genius, Evasive Maneuvers, a Groot, and a Kalu. So we can Kalu into Groot, we can still play Gamora, drawing 2 more cards. Seems really good. Villain's turn. Thanos is going up. He is swinging at us for a neat 5 plus 2 boosts. Don't forget about that second one that's hidden under there. And he gets a second Infinity Gem. So 5 damage is hitting us. 8 damage is hitting us, and that all goes to tough, which ain't too bad. Do we have Retaliate? We have Retaliate 1. That's cool. I like that. Next, what happens? We do these things. So he's going to heal 3 and get a boost card. This also gets discarded because it placed a gem. So he's healing 2, 3. We're going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. We've seen a lot of minions, so there might not be one left. Are we going to luck out here? Nope. Thought we were getting through it. And it's the guard one that's going to give him a tough status. We got 1 encounter card, the last encounter cards, that is going to put out an acceleration token. And it's Nebula's, what's it called? Obligations. So we could flip down and exhaust to remove that, which is pretty great because that lets us keep all of this out here for our big explosive turn that we want to have. So I'm more than happy with that. Just giving the villain deck a good old shuffle here. And we're gonna hope we somehow stumble into a rocket, but that might not be the case. We'll see. I think I got plans either way. All right, so first things first, let's use Nebula's ship to play an evasive maneuver. That's going to draw us 2 cards. We do have a Blaze of Glory in hand and 2 Guardians out, so that's a good thing to know. We're going to use 1 Blaze of Glory and Genius to play Gamora. She'll draw us a card from nowhere. And we can resolve one of our special abilities. So we'll do this Weapons Master to deal 4 damage to this guy. It's going to eliminate him and put a tough onto Thanos. Next, what do we do? We still got room for 2 allies. I've got a Groot and a Kalu in hand. If I use my Blaze of Glory, it's the last one in my deck, so that's a bit of a bummer. But I think we can pay 2 for Kalu and go fish for an event. Might not find one. We get strength in numbers, and our next turn is going to be a Lethal Intent, Maria Hill, Cosmo band together, and Rocket Raccoon. So we are going to get a Rocket next turn, which makes me want to keep Blaze of Glory for 1 more turn. And we can just flip up and do some thwarting this turn, which wouldn't be too bad. So we're going to hold on to Blaze of Glory, and we're going to try to go out in a Blaze of Glory. So we're going to flip up. We are going to ping Tough off with Kalu. We're going to thwart for 2, bringing it down to 7. Martin X is going to hit for thwart for 1, and Drax will hit for 3. Well, it's open. We're going to hold on to this Blaze of Glory. Draw 4 cards. So we got Band Together, Rocket Raccoon, Maria Hill, Cosmo, and Blaze of Glory. So we can play Rocket, draw a card, get rid of Kalu, and still play Maria or Cosmo, or use them to play Blaze of Glory. So we're sitting pretty happy. Nebula's got 11 health available to her currently. We have 6 on us, and he's swinging for 4. So it looks like Kalu's actually just going to have to defend. So let's get things going. Let's put 2 threat out there as the acceleration token. Thanos is swinging for 4. Discard the top card of the Infinity deck. So 4, 5, 6, 7 into Kalu. Good trade. I'm happy with that. We get 1 encounter card. It is Blood to spare. So we are going to search for a minion. We'll take one of those little weenies, because then Rocket can push the most damage that he can on Thanos. And it's going to become our turn. We've got a ton of upgrades to resolve, so we will resolve them all. Alright, first things first, we get to deal 4 damage to something. We're going to throw that right at the big man himself. That was Weapons Master. From Unyielding Persistence, we get to give ourselves a tough card. We get to choose to stun or confuse an enemy. We'll hit the Outrider, but Rocket's just going to blow him up, so I'll put a stun down there. I don't think it's really going to matter. We get to look at the top 3 cards of the deck. One of these is going to become our encounter card, so let's make sure that's the right one. We'll put a Master of the Stones on top as our encounter card. We'll discard Thanos' helmet and put this one back. And then we get to look at 3 again from the other copy of this card. So yeah, we'll make Assault his boost card, discard the side scheme, give ourselves that other card. Not so bad. And it's our go. So we've got 3 allies out here. We can use Band together to play Rocket. Use Nowhere to draw a card. That is going to deck us out. We're going to have a pretty swag Blaze of Glory this turn. It's unfortunately going to take out our Tough token, because even if we flip down, Nebula will be a Guardian, Honorary Guardian, coming back to bite us this time. But he's got 7. We're going to push him pretty far this turn. So I could pay 2 for a Maria Hill and draw a card first. So we'll do that. Let's see what we draw. We draw Kalu. And we're going to spend Kalu and Cosmo to play Blaze of Glory. So first, let's have Maria thwart what she's there for. And now we go a swinging. So we don't have any of those upgrades in play, but Nebula does have 4 attack. And he attacked us and didn't result stone, so one of these is out right now. Sorry. We've got 4 attack, so let's hit him for 4. And this time with 1. So he's got 3 left. Gamora hits for 4. Martin X hits for 3. So let's use him up. That'll push Thanos to the next phase. Let's see, what does he got here other than juiced up stats? He's got 28 health that we have to take care of. It's kind of a lot, but we're well on our way to victory. He's also got a tough and stalwart. We're going to search for Thanos' armor. And put it into play. This makes it so that he would take any amount of damage, takes less. After a hero makes a basic attack, we can spend resources to get rid of this, but we forgot about that and did our attacks in a poor order because we already used Nebula's basic attack, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that also messes up our Assault that was going to be our boost card. Alright, well, Rocket can be a 6 against this guy. Blow him up, but first we'll use Gamora to get rid of the tough. So Rocket gets +3, 4, 5, 6, 2, so she's going to deal 4 and a tough. It's going to deal 1 damage to Rocket, 1 to Gamora. She's going to go bye-bye at the end of the turn. Drax will swing for 5. And both of those are 1 less because of Thanos' armor. Stun was on that dude. This guy takes another damage. don't got any cards left in hand. So I could flip down, but he's gonna scheme for 3. It's going up to 8. That's a little dangerous. We got a ton of allies in our deck though, so we're probably safe even if we go down. We are gonna lose our tough, so I think I'm gonna go down and let him scheme this turn. It's probably gonna pop the deck, I'm not gonna lie. And that's the end of the turn. So Rocket's gonna take 1. Mora's gonna go bye-bye. Drax is gonna take 1. Maria's still out there. All this stuff is still here. We're gonna lose our tough. And away we go. Let's draw our 6 cards. We're getting in there. Got 21 or something left to do. All right, so we can get a Groot out this turn. We can use a combat ready. We got some things to do. And we got a lot of damage on the board still. Okay, he's getting 2 threat. It's gonna put him to 8. He's gonna scheme for 3, 4. That is gonna pop this right away, unfortunately. So we have to combine our deck and discard pile. Count how many cards are there. So we have no techniques in our hand, but we have 4 allies that are safe and a combat ready, which is good. So let's count the cards in our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So we're gonna shuffle this deck, remove 13 cards from the game, and we're not even gonna look at them. We're gonna learn what they are by going through our deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll see what Thanos snapped away later. This is going to flip up. We are going to activate Time Stone right away, which is going to discard the top 4 cards of our deck. So we've got an Evasive Maneuvers, a Lethal Intent, a Martin X, and an Unyielding Persistence. So none of our Weapon Masters yet. Makes me a little nervous. But that is an event, an ally, and 2 upgrades. So 3 threat going out. We've got 2 encounter cards to deal with. First, Gamora attacks you. If no attack was made, this card gains Search. We just got rid of Gamora, so we get an Outrider. Bummer. Gets rid of a Strength in Numbers. And we have a Master of the Stones. So we just need to go all out at this point and get rid of this guy. Let's use a Combat Ready to discard cards. We have Major Victory, we have Wide Stance, so that's the one that's going to come into play. We get to trigger its ability, looking at the top 3 cards of this deck, deciding what to do. So he can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I playing one of those this turn? I am not. Okay. Let me see how many cards are left in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I flip, I'm only going to go through 6 cards left. So that's not too bad. We will let him have a tough status card. And we will let him have it advance as a boost card. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Band together for 3 to play Groot. Nowhere will draw us a card. It's a Kalu. We unfortunately can't play him. But we can spend Kalu, Honorary Guardian, and Nebula Ship to get a Helicarrier out. So we've got 2 cost reducers out there now. Deciding if I want to pay 3 and flip up, or heal 3. I think I do. Let's heal. And let's go a little bit bonkers. So Rocket can blow up this Outrider and hit for 2. 1, because when Thanos will take any amount of damage, he takes 1 less. That's balls. Maria Hill's gonna chill for now. Drax can hit for 2. Let's do it. Chipping away down to 18. Get those cards back into our deck. Groot is gonna chill and probably block for us, although he's got 6 base attack now, so I don't know if that really makes a ton of sense. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We know what's happening this turn either way. So he's getting a boost of 0. So we're gonna block with Maria. She's gonna get hit for a gazillion, and we'll get a stone from Master of the Stones. The stone is gonna stun us. And then he gets an Insight 1, gain a tough status card. So 18 and a tough is what we gotta get rid of. Maria is no more. We have unyielding stance, so we're gonna get to do this again right away and decide what our next turn is gonna be. We will, well, they're all 2 boosts, so we'll give him 1 as a boost, 3 side schemes. It's kind of gross. And we definitely want the stat reduction one to come into play, or do we care about the acceleration icon? I mean, we don't care about that. And we count on dealing damage. I forgot to draw up, so I'm gonna do that really quick. I should have 5 cards in hand. I do, so that's good. We're gonna start off with a Cosmo, who's gonna draw us 1 from nowhere. That will deck us out, so we're actually gonna get both of those side schemes, unfortunately. Or we're gonna get the side scheme we didn't want, unfortunately. Probably should have paid attention to that. All right. Cosmo's gonna attack and say upgrade. It's an ally, so he does take a consequential, unfortunately. He's not gonna do that. I'm a liar. Pretend that didn't happen. I've got, he's got that stupid armor out there, so we gotta get rid of that first. And we don't have a way to do it. So we'll strengthen numbers with these 2 allies to draw 2 instead. Okay, so we can band together to a Maria Hill. Let's draw a card. And this one got discarded, sorry. We can pay 1, 2, maybe we don't do that. Trying to see what we got in our hands. We could play Weapon Master and then trigger Lethal Intent to deal 4. It's not super tempting. Let's clear our stunned, I guess. Maria thwart for 2. I think we can afford to flip down for a turn. He's at 4. I'm not super happy about that, but we can use Lethal Intent to play Drax. We can thwart for 1 more. Throw an Honorary Guardian on Groot, and we'll save Weapon Master in hand for after we flip. So we're gonna flip down, drawing 5 cards. So we got some good stuff in here now. We should be able to seal the game here. First things first, it's gonna be the villain's turn. So he's gonna get 2 threat. He's gonna come scheming, and we already did this stone, so that's nothing in the world. But he's gonna scheme for 3 or 5. We knew that was coming though. And then we get 2 encounter cards to deal with, and he gets an extra boost card first. So that encounter card becomes a boost. Get this here. We're gonna shuffle this deck. This is discard an ally, upgrade, or support you control. Hopefully that won't matter, but we'll see. So on the board right now as it stands, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. And we need to do more than 9 attack. So that's not stupendous. Alright, we've got Black Dwarf, has overkill, we don't really care. And this side scheme is going to give Gamora -2, -2, -2, -1, -1, -1. Not a big fan of that one. Alright, let's see here. First, we will play Combat Ready, looking for a technique upgrade. Look at this one, which gives Gamora tough, or not Gamora, Nebula. We will reduce the cost by 1 to play Weapon Master to draw 2 cards. That's what I'm talking about. So we've got a Lethal Intent. That's a big deal. We're going to flip up. What are we going to do here? We're going to have Maria thwart away this scheme. We are going to band together into Rocket Raccoon, draw 1 for nowhere, deal ourselves an encounter card because our deck is real thin. I just noticed I think both of our Blaze of Glories are in that snapped away pool, and it's hurting. It's making this game real long. Alright, so in our hand we've got Clue, Strength in Numbers, Lethal Intent, Evasive Maneuvers, and Strength. So I think we will Lethal Intent. No, we'll we'll pay strength and numbers first to play an evasive maneuvers. And then we will use lethal intent with Nebula's ship. And what do we want to do? Do we just want to do the 4 damage? Maybe we won't do lethal intent yet. Maybe we'll get rid of Thanos' armor, and that's the smarter move. So if we do a base attack, we deal 1. We need to spend an energy and a fist. So we can do energy fist to get rid of Thanos' armor. So now we've only got to do 18. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also known as not 18. We do have a strength and a lethal intent. So we can deal 4 with our weapons master. We can stun over here to get rid of that dude. Drax may as well hit for 3. Rocket may as well hit this guy for 4. So he can overkill next turn. Cosmo's going to say upgrade and fail to be successful again. And he's actually going to remove a threat. I think Groot is also going to remove a threat. And there you have it. That's that turn. We do get a swing of 4 at the beginning of our turn, so that's not too shabby. We've got 2 encounter cards to deal with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get here. Thanos is coming in. He's gonna get 2 threat, puts him up to 10. And he's got 2 boost cards and 5 attack. So we're gonna have Cosmo block that like, oh, we have tough. We're not even gonna worry about it. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into a tough counter. We do have retaliate 1. Ding, that might help. We have to do this, discard an ally, upgrade, or support you control. What do we care about the least? What's in our hand? Band together, but no allies. So let's get rid of Triskelion for now. We're gonna get 2 encounter cards. First one is Shadows of the Past, which is gonna surge into Caught Off Guard. We'll discard an upgrade here. And we have an assault. So he's coming at us again for 5. This time Cosmo's gonna block it. 5 plus 0. It becomes our turn. We'll deal 4 with Nebula. Brings us to 6. We'll choose to stun or confuse Nebula. We'll restun that guy. We already removed the stun. We'll gain a tough. And I think we're home free at this point. We can hit for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's do it. 2, 5. Rocket can attack into here. Overkill. We'll take care of Thanos. So there you have it. Expert Nebula, or Expert Thanos with Nebula leadership. Hope that was pretty fun. We never did get the combo out where we I guess we did once where we got to use Blaze of Glory. Let's quick look at what was in our snapped deck. So a lethal intent, 2 stances, 3 stances, 4 stances. 1 was Weapon Master. Both Blaze of Glories, our Gamora and our White Tiger. Quite a bummer. And wow, it looks like I have 2 Genius in my deck and no energy. So that was a fail. Sorry about that, everybody. But don't think it really actually mattered for us. So it'll be okay. Hope everybody enjoyed that. We're going to have a couple more videos this week. We're going to do a Nebula Galaxy's Most Wanted Villain strategy guide. And we're going to do a playthrough of someone's deck, Marvel CDB, that asked me to run their deck with Adam Warlock. So we'll check those 2 videos out. And be sure to check back the next couple days to see what MCM has going on. Thanks.